That's 4 champions who want to be in your face and a Kaisa to back them up. So Astralis ready to play aggressive if we do get to the point in the game where they can fight. That said, SK Gaming, maybe some positive early main matchups with the likes of the Gnar, Orianna, maybe going to be able to contest the push here in mid lane, but I'm sweating a little bit if I'm SK Gaming. After the performance we saw from Astralis yesterday, Zanzarah is not a man to go quietly through the early game. I'm expecting some early action.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this mid matchup plays out. Magifelix on something a little bit different. We already talked about it. He really did struggle, and that conceded a lot of early pressure as you see Magifelix, great trade.
Tynx coming in, though. This is going to be big. He already burned the W. Magifelix, a clean flash out to safety, though, means he will walk away with his life.
Imagine he will look to max the W next because of how much value it does give. It's such a strong tool, especially when it comes to these later fights, but it does suggest that Astralis also waiting to fight a little bit later on into the game. It shouldn't come as a surprise. We have somewhat scaling comps from both sides, but I do think Astralis have the slight advantage.
Some people get mad when we talk about Game of Thrones. It's like hard for me to keep track of what
some people got mad at like Lord of the Rings once. I was like, come on.
What?
I know.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard? Why would they do that? We're in the area, so we did dragon. Like, what?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt, you know?
It's one of those things where, you know, they're one of us. Fans at home.
There you go. Magifelix, though, we're going to take down blue for now. He's going to settle for one-shotting the wave, but that means nothing for any coming fight. But already, Dragon has now been traded for Herald. The downside of this is
blue doesn't have TP while Magifelix does. I'm looking at the junglers right now because Zanzarah is hovering around the bot, but Tynx is on his way as well.
Flash in, they're going to immediately get the follow-up there. That's the ulti coming in from Jezu, the flash back to safety. The Gale Force back out. He hasn't pulled the feathers back yet, but he can try to lock up Zanzarah. He's waiting as long as he can. First blood traded back. Didn't even pull the feathers.
Oh, he was able to interrupt promisq. That's actually going to have a big impact on the laning phase in a little bit. It looks like promisq is trying to mid-wave. That's going to go into the town. You can see WhiteKnight is there, which means that SK have numbers advantage, but they're playing very afraid. They should know where Zanzarah is. They know they have the numbers advantage, yet they are afraid of Magifelix. The bot wave has been pushed in, and now WhiteKnight has enough time to move. So, you know, this game has been a little more passive than I think both teams really needed to be, but Astralis, they're happy with this right now.
Jenax fleeing, but if he turns Mega here in the midst of everything, it's going to be bad news. They managed to take him down before it happens. Now it's Alistar in the midst of the entire team with no follow-up. WhiteKnight pushing into the backside to zone Jezu out of the fight. Tynx ready to go in a moment's notice. He's going to ult in. He's going to try to finish Magifelix, but no, the heal coming back. Sylas looking strong, but the stun still comes in. It's an absolute mess of a fight, but I believe Astralis are the ones who take it in the end. That's 3 kills for Astralis, traded back for 2 on the opposite side.
And most importantly, they get themselves the Drake.
One more time. It's Mountain Soul for Astralis, a team with essentially 4 frontliners.
Let's get the standings back up again on Dracos, and let's show them the audience at home. Hang on a second, we might not have times, and Engage is coming in the mid lane.
Knockback comes in. Magifelix going to knock back. Blue going to be in trouble now. Pulling back. Shockwave goes in. It's good damage on the Magifelix, but if the W comes back up, it will not. Jezu, though, onto the backside, has been left to die. The rest of Astralis finding the collapse. Jenax ready for a Mega Gnar of his own. Stride breaker forward, ready to go in, but he comes the speed. They are going to be able to walk away from this one. A close fight, but now SK, they're ready, even with Jezu down. Maybe they feel like they have to do this. Astralis, they don't think that it's coming.
I mean, I respect it. I mean, they know that Zanzarah is low, but WhiteKnight is alive. Jeskla's up as well. Here comes the Hex Flash. Perhaps they're just using it to bait a fight, but I think that committing to this is very dangerous. They're going to back off.
Astralis, so they're going to try to pick off any stragglers. Looks like the answer is no. They're going to be happy with just stopping the Baron for now.
You think that they could send someone bot, but the problem is if they do that, because they don't have their mid tier 1, it's so much harder to contest this mid wave. And look at how they're already being bullied away because of the positioning of Zanzarah. But Magifelix may have caught Treatz.
Punt back in. Magifelix can just ult back out to safety, though. Where's he going to go with his Hecarim ult? Taking as much time as he can. But that's Alistar ult gone. And now immediately the fallout from promisq. It's big from WhiteKnight over the wall. And instantly, it looks like Astralis have taken the fight. Big heal comes in from Sylas. He still has the Hecarim ult. He's waiting. He's biding his time. The setup is there. The shockwave goes wide. But here comes the stolen ultimate. And it looks like it might just be enough. The snare comes in. Jeskla comes flying in from downtown. He's ready to finish the job. But Jezu says not today. It will be the 1-for-1. The quadra kill comes in for the Kaisa, but not enough to survive in the end.
And Jeskla pops off in that fight as Astralis find a huge ace onto SK. They'll be able to get themselves the Mountain Soul. They'll be able to wipe their opposition off the board. And Dracos, the playoff race just keeps...
For Astralis, it's going to be all pressure on SK to find the big fights, to find the big flanks, or to find the big moments.
Felix could be in some danger here. He is on the weak side of the map. Tynx recognized by that. But Tynx is back in base. They're doing this incredibly fast, Dracos.
I don't think there's a lot of room to contest. Hecarim can zoom in. Is Tynx even willing to burn the Ghost to maybe get in the area? He's running faster and faster. 5K, it's getting lower, but no one is coming. SK are going to give this Baron up. Astralis now with the gold lead. A Baron. SK now they've done it before. They've found miracle flanks, miracle engages to turn games around, and they're going to look for one now, going all in onto WhiteKnight, but that is one tanky Sion. He's slowly but surely going to fall,
taking any damage.
But it doesn't matter. The entire team is collapsing. SK thought they had their opportunity, but WhiteKnight just refuses to die. My God, it's beautiful. Astralis artists on that engage, painting with the blood of SK. It is violent. It is glorious. And SK, they've got nothing left. He wanted to play spoiler Zanzarah. Well, here you are. That is one hell of a playoffs run denial.
Beautiful team fight from Astralis. WhiteKnight eventually drops, but he is the definition of a tank. He soaks up so much time for his team. The rest of Astralis is able to collapse, capitalize, and now they're looking to end the game.
Yesterday he killed 5 people. Today he survived 5 people. It has been a clutch week from WhiteKnight and a clutch week from Astralis. They may not have been playing for themselves, but they have certainly been playing spoiler, and they are going to take down SK with a commanding win.
The early game was a quiet one. You know, we were talking about spoilers, and lo and behold, Zanzarah went and spoiled things for SK. Like, we talked about it in the draft. I feel like the longer the game went, the harder the team fights were going to get for SK. With the way in which this comp worked from Astralis, specifically the Sylas, I feel like because